and let that reconnect. It's going to go ahead and reconnect here for a second. Okay, looking at this. First things first, before I even look at the dyno graph, I can tell if what I've changed is a gain or a loss in the power band simply based on what the closed loop correction is correcting now. Looking at this, we know it was between 0 to, let's say, 2% correction kind of overall. Here it's adding 6%, and looking, we're adding a bunch of fuel all throughout till we get to right around here, right to about 4,500. I would say, based on what I'm seeing here, obviously not updating the estimate table, but based on seeing what the closed loop correction is adjusting, we're probably making power torque gains up to about 45 to 5,000. Now above this, notice at high engine speeds, it's starting to get more, it's starting to take out fuel. It's going to go the opposite with a closed loop correction. I'm going to say at high engine speeds here, up to about 66,000, 67,000 RPM, and we're actually going to be losing some power and torque. That's my guess based on what I'm showing here. So again, if the closed loop correction is adding in fuel from a variable cam controlled change, you've gained torque in that area. If you're finding, going from one pool to the next, that it's taking away fuel in certain area, that variable cam control change is losing torque and horsepower. It's as simple as that. So let me go in before we do anything else here. Let's go take a look at the graph to see that backs up what we're finding on the graph. And then we'll go through and just take a look at the knock window, and we're gonna just rapid fire through the variable cam control changes. So let's look at our dyno graph. 177 horsepower and 156 torque. So the torque is stronger. The power is very similar, almost the same as what we found before, but let's go and actually save this. And we're gonna say baseline ITB VTC 10. So we have that saved, and we're gonna go in, do our comparison mode, and actually compare these so we can see what this looks like. So let's go here. Let's get rid of the red line. That was our first pool. We're comparing just these two pools together. Now notice the green line, that's our current pool. The yellow line was the previous pool. We can see that we're gaining in torque, these two comparing to each other. We're gaining all throughout, up to the point we get to about maybe 6,000, and then it looks like the yellow starts to sneak past it, makes just a little bit more power on the top end. And that's actually what we were seeing in the data. The closed loop is adding a bunch in below 5,000, and then above 6,000 or so, 6,500, it was starting to take the fuel away. So if I didn't have the chassis dyno to measure this, and be able to see the actual difference between pools, I would know based on the closed loop data what's going on with my variable cam control change. So it looks like it lost a little bit on the top end, it liked on the bottom end. What we're gonna do now, we're not gonna change anything in the estimate table. We're not gonna update this. We're gonna change just the variable cam control and see the result going from 10 to 20. If it likes it, it's gonna probably add more closed loop correction at the low and mid RPM. And then if it doesn't like it up top, it'll get even richer. So meaning it'll have to go and reduce the fueling down in the closed loop correction. Let's try that change. If we go here to our inlet cam, I'm gonna go from 2,000 RPM and above and just set this all to 20 degrees and save it. Now I'm gonna move in and just take a look at our knock tuning window. Let's go here to F6. We've lowered that threshold down. If we take a look, our orange line is hovering right above the knock output for all the cylinders.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.